Hello my YouTube family. Today we are going to make the broccoli and pasta that got the most votes, so that's what we're going to do for dinner today. Basically, all you need is two pots. One you want to boil your broccoli in, the other one for your pasta. Let me show you the ingredients that I have. Let me turn you down just a tiny bit. Okay, we have 2 heads of broccoli. This is fresh broccoli. You can use frozen. It just comes out mushy. But if you prefer to use frozen and you don't mind that texture, you can use frozen broccoli. I prefer the fresh because this way it doesn't get mushy when you're mixing it with the pasta and stuff. You need a pot for pasta. You need a stick of butter, olive oil. You need garlic and onion powder, and you need 2 boxes of pasta. Any kind of pasta will do. You can use elbows, you can use penny. If you like the thicker pasta, like the rigatoni, you can use that. Today I'm going to use ziti and a pot that we need to put our broccoli in. So I'm going to put this pot over here. And I'm going to swing you guys around. Sorry if I made anybody dizzy. I'm sorry. We got 2 heads of broccoli. I'll move this down so you can see it a little better. Okay. Move it in a little better. Okay. So basically what you want to do is, you don't want to use the stalks because they're way too fibrous, so you don't want to do that. And these leaves here you want to pull out because you can't eat those. I mean, probably some people do, but my family won't. Okay. Let me put all this mess back in here. Move that off to the side. Okay. So basically what you want to do is you want like floret pieces. So you're going to cut it down right at the base. Let me see if I can show you guys. Okay. Like right at the base there. That piece you want to throw away. And then you just pull these apart. You do the same thing. Just get rid of and then just put it in the pot over here. And then we're going to put some water in it and we're going to get it ready for boiling. So I have 2 bunches of broccoli. So you can, if you don't want that much broccoli in it, you can just use one bunch of it, which is fine. Okay. All right, let's get the other one. Okay. All these outer leaves off. Get the rest of the broccoli out of here and get that all done. I have some pieces that will fall off, which is fine. Cut it down at the base, get rid of that, and then just break these apart. This is something that my husband's grandmother showed me how to make because this is one of my husband's favorites that he likes. So I make it every now and then. You know, it's not hard to make. It's very easy to make. It's just that sometimes I just don't have the time to get everything out and, you know, put everything together. And this is something that you can make ahead, because there's not going to be any meat in it. So if you want to make it ahead of time and have it for like later on that day, you can do that too. Alrighty. Let me show you my pot before I put the water in. So we got that there. So we're going to add water to that, and then we're going to put it on the stove, and we're going to get that boiling. Technically this will take about maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get soft. So you don't want it mushy, you just want it to where the fork goes through the broccoli easy enough where there's no hesitation with it. This way you know that your broccoli is done. Okay, I do about a half a pot of water, maybe a little more than half a pot. So we're going to put this on the stove and boil, and then when we come back, I'll show you the rest of what we have to do. Okay, this is how you want where the knife goes straight through, and it's nice and soft. So we're going to drain this, and we're going to put it back in the pot. And then we're going to start adding our olive oil and stuff. So let me drain this, and then once I got it drained, I'll put it back on the stove. So let me shut the stove off, and I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, I have the water on for my pasta. Just move you around here a little bit so you can see. I filled it to about a little more than half. So we're going to turn this on, let this come up to a boil. I'm going to turn mine up on high so it'll come up to a boil quicker. And we're going to put a lid on it. And we're going to let it come to a boil. Once that comes to a boil, then we will throw in our pasta. Now let me just get the pasta and stuff together here. So while we're waiting on that to boil, let me just bring you over here. And we have our stick of butter, and we're going to put our stick of butter right into the pot. It'll melt, so don't worry about it. If you want to cut it up to let it melt quicker, you can do that, but I usually don't. It's whatever you prefer to do. Give my hands a quick wash. Now we're going to turn this pot on, put that pot on, and we're just going to let it heat up. And you cook your pasta according to the box. I'm using ziti, so it normally takes about, says 9 to 10 minutes. So they like it al dente here. Plus you're going to be putting it in and put a lid on it, and it's going to steam a little more. So if you get it to the al dente stage, it's going to cook a little more after that. So I would take it off at the al dente stage. So we have our butter, and we're going to throw our olive oil. I have a little bit left in here. I'm just going to use that, because you have to coat your pasta and your broccoli. Okay. Now, you can use fresh garlic. I have a son that is not a big fan of fresh garlic, so I use the garlic powder or the granulated garlic, whatever one that you want to use. So we're just waiting for our butter to melt a little bit here. Then we're going to throw our broccoli in there, get it all coated, and we're going to add some garlic powder and onion powder and some salt and pepper, which I forgot to bring over. So we have garlic, onion, and we have salt and pepper. And I have more olive oil here just in case I didn't have enough in this bottle because it was pretty low. Then I will take some from here. So I'll get that open so we have it all ready to go. And I can throw this bottle away. You can use any kind of pasta you want. I'm making mine with ziti, but you can use elbows, you can use penny, you can, the only thing I don't recommend, or unless you want to, it's fine, you can use spaghetti. I don't, because they like it better with this bigger pasta. So I use the spaghetti when I do like homemade sauce and stuff like that. Okay, let me get my broccoli. Okay. Just so you can see, I didn't know how much you've seen in the pot there. You want it fork knife tender. So it's soft, but you could still do a little resistance. So now we're going to put this back in there. You definitely want to drain your pasta a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix this up real good so we get the broccoli coated. You don't want to move it around too much because you don't want it to break apart. And then we're going to add our salt and pepper. It's to taste. I don't measure anything, so I just put salt and pepper to taste. We're going to add some onion powder. I would say if I had to, maybe a teaspoon and a half, and then some garlic powder, and you want about a teaspoon of that. And then we're going to mix that all together so everything gets coated. Because you don't want to break anything apart. So if you need to add a little more olive oil, which I think I'm going to have to add just a tiny bit more. Okay, just add like a couple more tablespoons of the olive oil. And then all you want to do, because everything's cooked, all you want to do is just make sure you incorporate all the seasonings and the butter and the olive oil and coat the broccoli with it. So this is done, so we're going to shut this off. It only takes a couple of minutes to do that. We're going to put a lid on it. And we're going to push it to the back because I don't want to keep it on the hot burner. And then once our water boils for our pasta, I'll be back and just boil the pasta the way it says according to the box, and when that water boils, then I'll come back and throw our pasta in. Okay, the water's boiling, so we are going to add 2 boxes of ziti. This is going to make a lot, so I want leftovers, so I don't have to cook the next day. So I always try to make extra so we have leftovers. And we're going to mix it around real good and make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. This is going to take about 10 minutes. That's what the box is, around 10 minutes. It might go a little bit more depending on your oven or your stovetop. Mine will probably take a little bit longer. It might take another 2 or 3 minutes. So my pasta will be looking at like between 10 and 15 minutes. Yours might not take that long. It depends on your stove. So once the pasta is done cooking, then I will be back and I'm going to throw everything together and show you what it looks like. Okay, my pasta cooked. My pasta's all cooked. This took about maybe 11 minutes. So I'm going to drain it and then we're going to add it to our broccoli. So let me drain this real quick. Draining, and We're going to give this a quick stir. I just got it sitting on the hot burner. The burner shut off. Now we're going to add our pasta. Move this around so you see that a little better. There you go. You want to make sure your pasta is drained good. Now we're going to add, as long as I don't make a mess. I've made several messes doing this way. Ah, no noodle dropped. Good. Okay. And you want to mix, of course, you wait until you're all in the pot and then you jump out of the pot. All right. You want to mix this all. Ooh, how did we get that color pasta in there? That's a multi-green color pasta. Won't hurt nothing, but that's okay. And we're just going to mix this all together. Then I'm going to get you a bowl, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in a bowl and the finished product. But you want to make sure you mix this really good. Now, if it seems a little dry at this point, you can add a little bit more olive oil. I don't know if olive oil is vegetarian or vegan. If somebody out there knows, let me know. So this way I know the next time I make it that it will have to be like vegetable oil. So, but I've always used olive oil, so I don't know if it's vegetarian or vegan or not. It doesn't really tell you on the bottle if it is. Okay. You'll have little pieces that will break off and that will coat the pasta. It'll coat the pasta like that. That's fine, you know, because this way each piece of pasta will get a little bit of broccoli on, and then you have your bigger pieces of broccoli like that. And you can cut them down even smaller if you like. My family prefers the bigger pieces of broccoli in there. So I got a bowl. I have a bowl, and my pot don't keep moving around. There we go. And we're just gonna pop some right in a bowl. There we go. And then I'll swing you around this way. I apologize if I'm making you dizzy. I don't mean to do that. Alright. So this is what it looks like. You know, it's got like, it's very easy to make. It's super simple to do. And you can pair this up. You can put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on the top. You could pair this up. You can have like some bread with butter. You can have a nice tossed salad and have that and make that as a meal. But this is what broccoli and pasta is. This is what it was for this week. Everybody voted on, it was like 46 or 47% for the broccoli and pasta, and then the other one was vegetarian chili. That was really close. I think it was like 37 or 38%. But this is broccoli and pasta. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you as part of the YouTube family. If you go out, please stay safe and always remember to believe in yourself. I love you all. Take care, everyone. Bye.